Hi everyone, I'm Joel.
And I'm Julia.
We got married in August 2024 after 5 amazing years together. And for our honeymoon, we went on the adventure of a lifetime down the Australian east coast. Let's take you with us.
Hello. It has been a hell of a start. The baggage situation was a nightmare. 99 pound on an emergency suitcase in the terminal, and almost a divorce later. We made it, but we made it through security, marriage intact. Got a new suitcase while we're at it, and perfect timing with a drink. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hello, leg one done. We are in Beijing, and not a bad flight at all. Very comfortable.
Ni hao.
And off we go to the hotel for some sleep.
Ni hao.
As we get closer to the visa thing, I would put the camera away.
Why? Can we get a penny for your thoughts?
No.
What's happened?
Booked the wrong hotel at the wrong airport. Bad things come in threes. So.
Exactly. Well, here's Beijing Airport.
After booking a hotel at the wrong airport, classic, we scrambled to find a new one. Half asleep and not sure what time it was, we grabbed a subway, crashed into bed, and caught the end of what we assume was China's Got Talent before drifting off into 5 of the best hours of sleep we've ever had.
It is 10:30, quarter to 11. We have just stayed here at G Hotel. What's it called?
G Hotel.
G Hotel. We are now going to get our final flight to Sydney. Yeah, it's 10:30 here. It's, I think, it's midnight in Sydney, and we land about 3:30 in Sydney. So yeah, here is Beijing Airport. Pretty nuts kind of place, actually. The world's biggest airport, it feels like. But yeah, looking forward to a good day of travel. We slept well. We got about 3 or 4 hours sleep.
We are better and brighter versions of ourselves than we were about 6 hours ago. So a win is a win. Say hi, Joel.
Hello.
We have just finished our delectable Chinese Western food.
Gourmet burger.
Correct. It wasn't gourmet, but it could have very well have been.
Gourmet burger without the gumph.
Minus the salad, but.
We went chancing the salad.
Rating 10 out of 0 to 10. What's the rating?
Normally I'd give it a 5 or a 6, but for where I am, I'd give it an 8 or a 9. It hit a spot.
Fair enough. Right.
Yeah, we board in about an hour and then off to Sydney. It's 12, yeah, ready to go.
Airport? I'm not going to the airport. Yeah, you are. We flew with Air China for our trip and came away genuinely impressed. The seats were surprisingly comfy, the bathrooms felt spacious, and the food hit the spot. Considering how affordable it was, it really punched above its weight. And then, just like that, we boarded our connecting flight to Sydney, ready for our Australian adventure. Hello, and welcome to Sydney, Australia. We freaking made it. Flight and travel was actually way easier than anticipated. Even though we had a rough start, it was an easy finish. All of our luggage made it. We got to our hotel no problem. It's a nice hotel. We've got a big bed. It's gorgeous. And even got a little bit of sleep on the flight, which is great. Yeah, so now we're here at our hotel before we fly off to Hamilton Island tomorrow morning. And we are indulging in happy hour, which is lovely. And $7 per drink. So Joel was in it for £7 for the whole round, which you'll never get that cheap again, really. So
we are at Sydney Airport, currently having a coffee, on our way to Hamilton Island via Brisbane. So we fly from Sydney to Brisbane, Brisbane to Hamilton Island, and we'll be living island life by about 1 o'clock, I think.
I am looking forward to flying into Hamilton Island and getting a nice pretty little view, and yeah, being on island time, island vibes, walking around, seeing the sights, and having a blast.
Christmas in the Whitsundays, eh?
I'll take it. Could be worse.
Here we are on Hamilton Island. What's the coolest bit?
The shuttles are really cool, and this is freaking amazing. And we have wallabies outside. Look at them.
Here we are, Hamilton Island, having a bite to eat. Not a bad place for a little sandwich on a Sunday lunchtime. Got a smoked ham from the bakery. Sat here with my lovely wife on day 1 of our honeymoon. Wow, we've come a long way in 36, 48 hours. Let the trip begin.
Instead of staying at the main hotel, we opted to stay at Palm Bay Bungalows, and it was definitely the right choice. They're super peaceful, way quieter, and perfect if you're after a more chilled, adult-friendly vibe. It's just a 5-minute walk to Cat's Eye Beach, where the main pool is, and another 5 minutes to the marina, where all the restaurants, cafes, bars, and where the boats arrive for day trips. The bungalows themselves, they're so good. A huge comfy bed, an amazing shower, and they're right on the edge of the wildlife sanctuary.
We are at One Tree Hill, not to be confused with the TV show. It is a gorgeous lookout point, and yeah, not really much else to add other than it's gorgeous. It speaks for itself.
So we're on Hamilton Island. We've had a lovely day. We had a few beers in the marina, and then we went and had a few beers in the pool. And now we are watching the sunset in the Whitsundays on the first night of our honeymoon. It's absolutely perfect. Here we are, live at Hamilton Bay. Dinner number 1. Fakash has just turned up. Over to the host.
Here we have a focaccia with our confit garlic, and we have our burrata, which is very interesting looking burrata, but looks delicious nonetheless.
No, that's the garlic.
No, the garlic's over here.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, so now we're gonna dig in.
With such a beautiful sunrise on the way, we made our way to Cat's Eye Beach to watch it light up the Whitsundays. It was absolutely stunning. And to top it off, we jumped into the pool for an impromptu swim completely on our own.
Hello.
That's a video now.
Swim in the pool on our honeymoon.
Day number 2. Christmas Eve tomorrow, which is absolutely crazy. Today we go to Airlie Beach this afternoon. We get the boat from Hamilton Island to Airlie Beach. We're going to go and grab some coffee and something to eat now, explore the island, and then head over to Airlie tonight to stay at the Croc Club.
After a refreshing morning dip in the pool, we headed straight to Bob's Bakery for a coffee in the sun. It's seriously a must visit. We squeezed in one last stroll around the marina before hopping on the Cruise Whitsundays ferry to Airlie Beach on the mainland. Cruise Whitsundays is a main ferry provider in the region with routes to Port of Airlie, Daydream Island, Whitehaven Beach, and both Hamilton Island Marina and Airport. The journey from Hamilton Island to Airlie took about an hour and treated us to some seriously stunning views of the Whitsunday Islands. Tickets were around £60 for the two of us one way, so make sure to book in advance to grab your ideal time. And bonus, there's even a bar on board if you're in the mood to drink while you sail.
When back on the mainland, there was only one thing to do. Have a night out at the Airlie Beach Hotel. Fantastic.
Oh, cool. Pick up in 1 minute, babe.
Here we are at Chute Harbour, just about to get the boat over to Palm Bay to spend Christmas. Here we are in the terminal, cute little Christmas tree, and look at that for a view. Excited?
So excited.
Island Transfers check-in desk, and just one more look at it.
If you're staying at Palm Bay Resort, then getting there is really part of the experience. The main way to reach the island is with Island Transfers, a local charter run by Captain Phil. It's super easy. There's even an airline style check-in desk where you say goodbye to your bags and say hello to them in your room on the island. The boat from Chute Harbour takes about 35 to 40 minutes and the views on the way are absolutely stunning. Think turquoise water, islands in the distance, and a real sense of escaping the everyday. It's about $50 Australian per person, which we thought was pretty reasonable, but do check the schedule as there are only 1 or 2 crossings a day. Our top tip would be to arrive early, soak it in, have a coffee, and really make the most of the experience. Where are we?
We are at Palm Bay Resort, and it is gorgeous.
Welcome cocktails.
Gone.
We chose to stay in the Serenity Buer Suite, just 20 feet from the beach and in between the beach bar. Absolutely perfect. After toasting some complimentary bubbles, we set off on a bushwalk to explore one of the island's hidden beaches. Ask Julia, huge mistake. She had a full-on spider-induced panic attack and ended up wearing a stinger suit as makeshift armour. But hey, it was worth it. The beach was absolutely paradise.
So where are we, Julia?
Happy Bay, and ironic name that.
Happy Bay, because Julia is anything other than happy.
Correct.
Tears?
Yep.
Spiders?
Yep. Panic attack? Yep.
What happened with spiders?
Climbed up your shirt. Oh, yep. I just don't.
everybody. It's Christmas Day at Palm Bay Resort, and it's at 82 to 3 degrees, and absolutely gorgeous. Hello, here we are, kayaking on Christmas Day. It doesn't get any better than this.
It is Boxing Day. It's all a bit sad here. We're both a little hungover and we are leaving today. We leave that. It's all a bit sad. Julia is looking at breakfast. Yeah, so we go back to Airlie Beach this afternoon. We'll have something to eat, we'll stay at a hotel, and then we get on the boat tomorrow morning to go sailing around the Whitsundays. So all really isn't that bad, but womp womp.
After another amazing beachfront breakfast and a solid coffee fix, it was time to say goodbye. Our ferry picked us up from Palm Bay around 11 a.m. and just like the trip in, the views didn't disappoint. Back on the mainland, we checked into a holiday park to ease back into reality. I had to take some much needed hangover recovery time, while Joel, he jumped straight back in with a couple of beers and the Boxing Day test in Airlie. Classic.
We are in Magnum's on Boxing Day, currently watching the cricket, having a couple of schooners. It is, what time is it? It is 4:45. 4:45 on Boxing Day and it's 30 degrees and we're watching cricket. I mean, this is absolutely perfect. Mitch Marsh has just been out.
The Aussies.
It is. I mean, this time at home, I would be probably watching Soccer Saturday. It would be cold and wet outside, and it would be dark and miserable. And this is like a summer holiday, and yeah, I'm all for Boxing Day cricket, Boxing Day beers, and Boxing Day sun.
From Mika, Mexican. We made it here after, this is the second night we've tried to come. Second time's a charm. And it's Boxing Day. It's been a fabulous afternoon. Started off the day exceptionally hungover. Tried to sleep, didn't work. Had some McDonald's and a Prosecco and it sorted me right out. JB, how about yourself?
It's been a wonderful day. Started off slowly, had a bit of a hangover. We got the boat from Palm Bay back to the mainland, Airlie Beach. Had a bit of a quiet hour and then I said, that's it, it's Boxing Day. I'm going to go and watch some cricket with a beer. So I parked myself up in the pub. We just had some water delivered. Yeah, parked myself up in the pub and then watched an afternoon of cricket. Julia joined me towards the end. And yeah, we've had an afternoon of beers and now we're having some Mexican. We go on the sailboat tomorrow around the Whitsundays, and yeah, here's to happy honeymoon. 1 week ago we were at Heathrow having an argument with Air China, so great success.
Great success.
We are at Airlie Marina having a coffee. Say hello.
Hello.
And today's the day that we go on the Sailing Whitsundays boat. We go up to Whitehaven beach, do a bit of snorkeling. We sail all around the islands, jumping into the sea, snorkeling, and just having the best time ever. I think Julia's a little bit worried about the sleeping situation, potentially being small, hot and cramped, but it's only for one night, so I'm sure it'll all be worth Whitehaven beach.
Exactly.
After checking our bags into a storage unit in Airlie for $10 a bag, we headed to the marina to check in for our cruise. Before long, we were sailing out of the port of Airlie and making our way towards Whitehaven beach. It was about a 3 to 4 hour sail, and it was a perfect window to soak up the sun, crack open a book, and just take in those incredible views. We booked our Whitsundays cruise through Explore Whitsundays, who offer a bunch of options to suit all kinds of different travellers. We opted for the PRIMA, a smaller, quieter boat that felt perfect for us. There are bigger boats geared towards the more party crowd, but we were after something a little more low-key. The PRIMA wasn't huge, but it was certainly clean and super comfy and had everything that you'd need. All meals were included, and honestly, they were surprisingly good. Snorkeling gear was also provided, and you could bring your own alcohol on board. Soft drinks are available to purchase. Top tip, buy your alcohol the night before because nowhere is open the morning of the day of the cruise in Airlie. There were around 10 to 12 other people on board, mainly couples and a small family, so it never felt crowded. Our skipper Thierry was an absolute hero. Calm, friendly, and clearly loved what he did. Megan, his crewmate, was just as awesome. Always happy to help and always made everyone feel welcome. All in, it was about £200 per person and 100% worth it. One of the best ways to experience it with Whitsundays. When we arrived at the Bay of Whitehaven, Thierry shuttled us over to the shore in a small dinghy. Once we landed, we had a couple of hours to explore the island at our own pace. Most people made their way up to the lookout point, and we did the same. The walk was fairly easy, maybe 10 to 15 minutes through a well-kept bush track, and at the end, you're rewarded with the classic view over Inlet, white sand swirling through the turquoise water, and every bit as stunning as the photos you see.
Look at this. This is just absolutely perfect. It's the most beautiful place I've ever been. It's just, I don't know. You can't describe it. You just. What do you think?
It's gorgeous. It's unbelievable.
After swimming for a few hours in the warm, crystal clear water, we got to spot some amazing local wildlife. Thousands of crabs scuttling along the shore, curious lemon sharks gliding by, graceful stingrays, and colorful reef fish darting around. When it was time to head back, Thierry picked us up in his dinghy and we cruised back to the boat just as the sun was starting to set. We grabbed a drink, kicked back on the deck, and soaked up the stunning views with a sea breeze on our faces. Honestly, it was the most perfect way to finish an unforgettable day at Whitehaven Beach. Sleeping on the boat turned out to be way better than expected, especially for me, who I had been quite a bit unsure about it. On the PRIMA, you can choose between small double cabins or single bunks in the main cabin. We went with the singles after reading doubles were pretty cramped, and honestly, it was the right call. The singles are in a shared space with another couple, but it wasn't a problem at all. And after a full day in the sun, with the help of some seriously effective fans, we both slept amazingly. By morning, everyone was up and moving as we cruised toward the first snorkeling spot of the day. About an hour later, after some coffee, a bit of breakfast, and a few quiet chapters of our books, we suited up, grabbed our gear, and got ready to jump into the water and explore the reef. Snorkeling was a real highlight of the trip. You could take it entirely at your own pace, whether you wanted to float along the surface or dive a little deeper to explore. Thierry and Megan were fantastic, offering tips for all experience levels and making sure everyone felt comfortable in the water. If you wanted a bit of extra support, there were floating noodles available that added a bit of stability, and the reef itself was stunning layers of vibrant coral in all shapes and color, and it felt like swimming through an aquarium.
After around 3 hours of snorkeling and soaking up the underwater world, we started the journey back to the port of Airlie. It gave us a few final hours to relax on deck, sunbathing, reading, and taking in those last views of the Whitsundays from the water. We honestly can't recommend the PRIMA enough. It was a real standout of our trip and an amazing way to see the islands without the crowds that come with some of the bigger operators. Peaceful, personal, and just really well done. Back on dry land, we checked into the Airlie Beach Hotel and headed straight out for a few beers by the waterfront, albeit with slightly wobbly legs and a distorted perception of solid ground after 2 days at sea.
And how have your last couple of days been?
Oh, they've been gorgeous. Full of new adventures. I've been very brave. I got on a boat and I didn't get seasick. I snorkeled and I wasn't scared to fish eventually. And I dealt with deep water.
Slept on a boat?
I slept on a boat and it was a little bit rocky. Great. 10-10.
And how do you feel now?
I've got major sea legs. That or I'm really pissed, but probably the sea legs and probably a little bit pissed. That's how I feel. Oh no. I was taking a shower and I was swaying side to side. Like that.
I'm very proud of you. You did very well on the boat.
Very kind. Maybe.
You ready for a glass of wine?
Yeah, and to sleep.
We are on the ferry from Port of Airlie to Hamilton Island Airport, so we will be flying from Hamilton Island back to Brisbane, where we pick up a car for the next 7 days. We've had the most perfect time here in Airlie Beach and the Whitsundays. We started off with a night in Airlie. We stayed at the Croc Club on the first night, which was really fun. We went down, had a few beers in Airlie, mainly Magnums, which Julia really enjoyed from the below deck. Very good. And then we went to the resort at Palm Bay, which was just perfect for Christmas Day. Barring a slight escapade with Julia and the spiders, we had the most perfect stay on the beach. Had a few too many drinks on Christmas Day, but that's all the spirit. And then from there we went back to the mainland, had a night in the holiday cabins, and then the 2 days after were just the most perfect 2 days sailing around the Whitsundays. Whitehaven Beach was the most perfect place I've ever been. However you describe it, it's not enough, and it's just the most beautiful place I've ever been to. The next day we sailed around the islands and we did some snorkeling. We saw the Great Barrier Reef, which was just life-changing. The fish were amazing, the coral was amazing. few drinks last night, a bit of sea legs, a bit and then now we are on the boat to the airport. So we've had the most perfect week in the Whitsundays. 1 week down, 2 weeks still to go. The next kind of 7 days across New Year, we are driving from Brisbane south with a couple of days in a place called Burleigh Heads, which is near Brisbane, Byron Bay for New Year's, Port Macquarie, and then we're into Sydney for the last 8 or 9 days of the trip. Just have a look at that. Have a look at Julia. What a perfect, did you enjoy it?
Oh, it's absolutely unbelievable. The most perfect week in the sun and the islands, and how can you be mad at this view?
What was your highlight?
Ooh, walking with spiders. Just kidding. I think the boat trip was actually probably the highlight, which was unexpected, but it was so much fun. Just a blast and a once in a lifetime type thing, so it was gorgeous.
Over and out.
Over and out.
Where are we off to?
We're off to Brisbane. Woohoo!